For thousands suffering with mesothelioma, new research and medicine continue to bring hope and then sudden disappointment. Yet recently, Onconase has made its way to the forefront as a potential drug of choice among the medical community for combating the life-threatening condition and easing the suffering and debilitating symptoms traditionally accompanied by chemotherapy. How Onconase works. This amazing new treatment for mesothelioma seems to help reduce the quick spread of the condition. Technically speaking, Onconase slows down cancer cell growth by decaying RNA. Without certain RNA strands, cancer cells cannot produce certain essential proteins and therefore cannot replicate. This serves to slow the growth of the tumor, reports one source. They add, the median survival of the patients who entered the trial without symptoms from the cancer was 18.5 months. The history of mesothelioma. The American Cancer Society defines mesothelioma as a type of cancer that begins in the tissue that line different organs and spaces inside the body. This tissue, called the mesothelium, protects organs by making a special fluid that allows the organs to move. For example, this fluid makes it easier for the lungs to move during breathing. Mesothelioma is a condition that occurs because the victims have inhaled asbestos. As a result, mesothelioma has been the cause of many lawsuits across the country. Today, as the disease begins to take its toll on the asbestos workers of the 1950s, 1960s, and 1970s, many new cases of the disease are being diagnosed each year. In fact, the number of cases is rising so quickly that many law firms have employed or trained lawyers to deal specifically with these types of cases. The irresponsible companies and manufacturers that were responsible for this exposure have been sued for billions of dollars, with many of them going bankrupt as a result of compensation payouts. Onconase is manufactured by Alpha Cell Corporation and comes from the eggs of the leopard frog. It is known as a ribonuclease protein that actually helps enhance anti-cancer effects associated with chemotherapy. By allowing the body to take the drug in lower doses, toxicity is decreased, as are side effects like nausea, vomiting, anemia, and hair loss. In January of 2008, Par Pharmaceutical Companies Incorporated acquired the exclusive licensing and commercialization rights to Onconase from Alpha Cell Corporation. The drug is in phase 3 development. Alpha Cell continues to research by conducting advanced studies in 40 medical centers throughout 7 countries, including the United States and Canada. The phase 3 clinical trials help gather the results of the drug, its benefits, and risk factors. The studies involve large groups of volunteers and follow the initial studies done in lab animals as smaller groups of people. An interesting fact about Onconase is that it's the first embryonic stem cell product to reach the final stages of testing. Mesothelioma doctors add that doctors hope to soon be using Onconase in place of doxorubicin, a chemotherapy drug with crippling side effects that have a serious effect on the patient's quality of life. The National Cancer Institute reports that during the studies, patients are randomly assigned to one of 2 groups. Patients in one group receive an infusion of Onconase, an infusion of doxorubicin once a week for at least 18 weeks. They may then receive Onconase alone for as long as benefits is shown. Patients in group 2 receive an infusion of doxorubicin alone once a week for up to 18 weeks. Quality of life is then assessed. These studies will complete phase 3 and Onconase will then be fully approved for use. Thank you for watching. This video was produced by Asbestos.Net, a leading resource on all aspects of asbestos and mesothelioma. Our priority is to inform victims about the devastating effects of asbestos exposure, mesothelioma, asbestos cancer, asbestosis, and other asbestos-related diseases, and to advise them with a wealth of information. Individuals whose lives have been touched by mesothelioma have numerous questions and concerns. Their caregivers and family members also need accurate, reliable information.
If you or a loved one have been diagnosed with mesothelioma or asbestos cancer and need more information, we invite you to visit and explore the thousands of pages of oncologist-reviewed material on Asbestos.net, to call our convenient toll-free number shown below and speak with a mesothelioma specialist, or to use the simple contact form found at Asbestos.net to request a free copy of our informative books, custom inserts, and DVD. Asbestos.net. Information and help for patients and families.